All right, let's talk about this new project we're going to try out today. It's going to be a drawing, coloring, and a painting project. So you're going to start off, first of all, with a piece of paper. Here's an example of mine that I just was working on a little bit ago. So you could go portrait, so straight up and down with your paper, or you could go landscape. It's up to you. You're going to do some drawing first of some birch trees. Okay? So I'm going to do this one in landscape mode, and I'm going to start off with let's do the trunks of the trees. So you're just going to see the kind of the bottoms of the trees, and I'm just going to come up with a line here. You could go a little bit lighter. I'm going pretty dark so you can see it on the video here, but you're going to go 2 lines to draw the trunk of your tree. Okay. So in this, we're going to think about asymmetrical balance. So we don't want to have a perfect balance on there. We want to try to make a little bit heavier on one side and kind of even it out with another branch as well, or a trunk. So I'm going to do another one kind of by it here, and you could kind of do it a little bit differently, but I'm going to go one that kind of goes a little behind it here and kind of a natural line, so there might be just a little wiggle in it as you go. Sometimes I like to hold the pencil a little bit further up while I'm doing this part. Okay, so there's 2 there. So I think I'm going to do another one kind of in this area here to balance out my picture plane here. Okay, so these are really large trunks here. Okay, so it would extend up here, but we're only seeing a little bit of it. Now in the background, I'm going to leave it like that. We could do some maybe off in the background here, but I'm going to do a line, the horizon line, kind of towards back here. I'm just going to do like a hill, like this. Okay, so right here is going to be like snow, and then this right up here is sky. Now when you do the sky, and we got to do this first, we're going to do it with our, these are some colored pencils, but they're color sticks. It says all color, no wood. So it's basically a colored pencil without the wood around it. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose maybe warm colors for this piece. So kind of like a sunset. So I'm going to do yellow, orange, and red. For another one, the other one I did here, pretty much the same design here. I did the cool colors, so I did purple and blue. Okay. Sometimes the sticks are a little bit long, so sometimes half of that is fine. So I'm going to start off here today by doing yellow, orange, and then red. Okay. So I'm going to go right here. I like to put it on the side a little bit. This gives a softer look as I'm coloring here. And I'm just doing the background. I don't want to get any color on the trees. If you do a little bit of color on the trees, that's okay, but we don't want to get a lot of color on there. We really don't want to see it. That will be okay right there. Especially with the yellow, it's not a big deal. And then next I'm going to go into my orange, so I'm going to blend it a little bit into it. Kind of like that there. The sun's going down. A little bit on the side there. Orange sky. I could actually turn it into a blue after this if I wanted to make it look like it's just going down past the horizon. But I think I might do another layer of red and then maybe some blue or purple towards the top there. So I'm going to go right here with my red, get a little warm colors in there. And then it's going to fade off into this darker blue up at the top here. Okay? So that's the first step of the project, kind of the fun part there. But the really cool part that I really like to do is the paint part. So we're going to get out some black paints here, and we're going to try to make it look like the texture of a birch tree. Okay? So let me show you this one here. If you ever look at a birch tree, it's got like paper. It's like a paper bark on it, and it kind of peels off. So we're going to try to get that natural look, and there's this really cool technique using temper paint, black temper paint, and then the edge of some cardboard like this. So what I do is I dip it into the paint, okay, and then off to the side I just go a little bit off to the side because I want to get a little bit of the paint off. I don't want to have too much. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it right on the edge of the trunk here, and I'm going to put it down a little bit. But then I'm going to drag it across a little bit. Okay? And the important thing to do with this project is to not overdo it. Okay? I actually kind of like that look there. So we're dragging it so it doesn't have a lot of paint on it. And we just carefully, slowly do this part. We don't want to rush it. I like to turn it over a little bit. Okay. Now I got a little too much on there, so I'm going to kind of back off this next one here and just kind of scrape it, so just scraping across. And I am going to do it the other way as well, so I'm going to go like this and kind of go like this across. Okay. Get some more paint on there if it gets a little dry, and you're just going to work your way all the way around. Don't do too much paint though. You don't want it to be all black. You want to kind of be half white and then half black. It gives a really cool technique, or it's a really cool technique to make it look like an actual birch tree. Once you get this filled in, the next part then is you could do like little trees in the background. You could actually take the cardboard and you can make them by going like this. You could make the cardboard smaller by cutting it. Maybe this tree's off in the distance. And then I can also do tree limbs coming off the edge here, just kind of give it a nice, really natural look when you do that. And that's the reason why it looks so cool, is because it's very natural. It's like actually how the limbs would look. Okay? And then after that, if you have some room, or you could even like draw in some birds in there, you can make a little house. You can kind of make it how you want from there. All right, guys, good luck with your work today.